first best of 5 right here. In the bottom right side, we got ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for the Kaisi Gamers. Give it up for Innovation. His opponent in the top left side, a red Brodus. Joining Team Envy, it looks like. He is still in Chinook Green Wings, right? Am I going crazy here? Did he leave? Did he leave? Let me double check this actually. Yeah, still in the Chinook Green Wings for now. Anyway, he is a creator. Did have a little bit of a awkward tweet from the Chinook Green Wings, of course, going on about having to disband their League of Legends team, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully that will not come in across into the StarCraft 2 team as well. We'll have to wait and see. It's rough times anyway for airline business, of course, at the moment. A lot less travel going on and about. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's already quite a strain on the Korean scene, of course, for StarCraft, so let's hope that it's all going to be good, all well and proper. We still got these events, though, of course, planned for, well, as far as we can see into the future. Which hopefully will keep these guys going, keep them being strong. Ooh, what's this? Please pause. I won't be able to type myself. What's going on?
Game resumed.
Alright, well, that was interesting. It's just a couple of faces. You knew he's a funny guy. He is a funny guy. I can't type to everyone. I can just type to the observers riverside. That's why. I could have sent it to Inu, but Innovation and Creator here would have missed out. I could have done it. All right, next time I'll just send it to Inu. Hop into the fun. Twilight Council opening right here for Creator. As Innovation's going for a 1-1-1 here. Not an insanely quick third command center just quite yet. May get one at a later point in time, of course. It's been a while since I've really seen Innovation committed to the 2-base timing attacks, after all. It's gonna take him a little bit longer these days to really get the League of Legends games going for himself. Not quite getting any scouting done there, did he? Losing the Hellion overall, but nothing else much. Phoenix comes in through the top side. Getting a Raven, and most likely will be 2 more barracks. He's only getting 1 right now, which is a bit surprising. I guess it works out with the timing overall with this siege tank here, right? Would make sense that it still comes along at a later point in time. Unless if this is like some new way to approach this overall. Oh, there it is. There it is. Actually played quite a lot after GSL. You mean Innovation with StarCraft 2 or League of Legends? What's going on there? I remember that I made a remark about that. Pretty sure after his bop in DreamHack Finals and what his events will practice him more now. Yeah, I mean, that is Innovation, isn't it? He hates to lose. It's quite clear. After a bad result in a tournament, suddenly you see him in a lot more overall online cups and such. Trying to get his practice going. Maybe make some money while doing so. He's a smart kid. You know, playing League. Now he's back into StarCraft 2. That's good to see. That's good to hear. Alright, so the Blink Stalkers getting themselves quite nicely spread out, tucked into all the corners where a Terran army may or may not be coming by. The Reaper did still manage to squeeze himself into a hidden little place right there, into the shadows. But on the left side, actually, all these Stalkers coming backwards for this. That is a little bit much. A little bit much. Hopefully that was not an F2 move. It could be. I was about to say, no, it wasn't an F2 move because the War Prism's still here, but the War Prism's in stationary mode, so you never quite know for certain. May have very well been one there. Yeesh. Supply depot going down. It's a little bit of damage, right? Kind of slows down the production of innovation here, it seems. May get him a bit supply blocked, but nothing too crucial or to the extreme right now. Just looking to get that move out going, but of course there is a War Prism on the bottom side as well, just lurking, waiting for a chance to just jump in there. Getting a medevac there also, pretty darn good. That's half the healing gone there, that is available for Innovation. Innovation's gonna have to have some sort of a reinforcements here in order to deal with those Stalkers. In come those Zealots as well, actually, together with those Stalkers. That could be quite a hassle. Quite a troublesome sight here for Innovation in his base. He is pushing across as well at the same time. Great interference matrices. But is this going to be enough here, as he is losing quite a bit at home as well? Just taking out the third base does not seem like it will be enough to really get himself anywhere. And he realizes GG is called. Could not get rid of those Stalkers before he actually pushed out, and maybe anticipating Creator to move back with those Stalkers for the defense as well, and instead Creator just going in quite guns blazing into Innovation's main base, getting straight on top of all the production, and yeah, that's gonna be it there for game number 1. Now, Creator, even though it's a best of 5, don't go sleeping on him, guys. He can still definitely make this work. He has been making some headway overall, I would say, recently. Getting some better results. Let me actually double check this with the illegal leg as well. It's only fair, right? If we take Innovations to illegal leg, let's see both of these right here. Alright, so Creator. Actually, Creator, kind of struggling, it looks like, as well. Went 0-3 versus Cure and 0-3 versus Beyond. So being able to add a victory in a best of 5 over Innovation here would look very nice on him. On his illegal leg profile right now, because at the moment he seems to be doing the bit better with the PvP and the PvZ. So still gonna be a little bit of a question there. But with Innovation also having a little bit of similar results recently, can still go both ways. I like how Creator is using the, this is the Russian guy, right? The Russian guy portrait. I'm not quite 100% sure what his name is. Kowinski, something like that? Is that his name? Pretty certain it's something with a K, at least. Oh, well, regardless, putting that aside, we got ourselves a blue Terran right here for the KC Gamers. He is Innovation. The top right side, a bled Protoss, bleeding the color red. He is China Green Wings Creator. Oh, your steak is here. Nice. Actually had some deer steak. Is that how you can call that? Deer steak? Deer beef? Recently, it was so delicious. Very well prepared by my uncle and aunt. There's some great stuff over there. Anyway. Getting hungry thinking about it. Dear, nice, yeah. Never had one of those. It was kind of tasty. It's a little bit more sturdy overall, but if it's prepared well, it's still very, very juicy. Oof, yeah. I need to stop talking about this. I did make sure to have quite a bit of food before we started, but I don't know what it is with StarCraft 2 casting. It just always makes me hungry. Always makes me hungry. Horse meat before, pretty similar to beef. Yeah, horse meat's okay too, right? It's a bit of a thing against eating horse meat. People find it kind of a sad thing. I guess there's a lot of, like, you know, people out there that have ridden on horses and kind of became attached to a couple of horses and stuff like this. So they feel more bad for eating a horse than for eating something else. But yeah, you know, it's similar as to how we feel about eating dogs, I suppose, right? Although, to be fair, I would probably not want to eat a dog. It's weird. It's a weird thing, the human, how people think about that type of stuff. Just make sure not to eat any bats, guys. We'll be good then. Or pangolins, wasn't it called? Pangolin. Never had dog before, but they say it's good. All right. Interesting. All the vegetarians here are not gonna like this this part of the stream, probably. Probably. We'll continue onwards. Let's see where they are taking this. Again, we get the Blinkstalker opening. We have a couple of Hellions here coming out to play, and a starport with a tac lab on it on top of that as well. Might still be looking to get him that Raven right here. Personally, I feel like the getting a third command center is a little better perhaps right now in this meta. Just because, you know, your opponent, if he does go for the Blinkstalkers, which is a very likely situation, right? It's either going to be Blinkstalkers or I suppose a Stargate opening with what most likely will be Phoenix as well. Alright, so let's delve into the Blinkstalker opening then, right? Okay, so if your opponent does go for those Blinkstalkers, you run into these weird situations such as we saw before, where you're not really allowed to leave your main or natural base, because those Starks are just poking away at your natural, at your main, and they'll just be coming in, they'll be doing an insane amount of damage, and then before you actually get across the field, suddenly there's like... Oh, wait, hold up, this could do quite a bit, actually. Those Hellions coming in here, still a good amount of Stalkers. And so far, only 4 workers, 5 maybe? 5, 6? Can we get a 6? Yes, we can. Alright, so, as I was saying, so as you're finally starting to reach the Proto space, who are most likely already making a 3rd base as well, with your 2-base timing attack, then those Stalkers are just going to get recalled back in case they need to. And you're not really taking any significant advantage from that, right? Still kind of an equal fight at that point. And, well, you're just behind because, well, the Stalkers and potentially War Prison with a bunch of Zealots as well dealt quite a significant boatload of damage right there. Oh, this is a very aggressive blink, actually. You're missing the blink on, or the target fire onto the siege tank. He's still in between another siege tank right here. And the bunker as well, so he lost a ton of Stalkers. Not quite sure if that was worth it. That's the problem with, well, for a Protoss player, what is going on here? Am I lagging? I don't think I'm lagging. Enki! Oh, now I can do it. Oh, I did it. There we go. Ah, gotta love the wall. Gotta love that wall. So, alright. Anyway. Continuing onwards with the overall analogy of the TVP by me, somebody that doesn't play this all too much. But anyway, I look at a bunch of it, right? So, the other thing that oh, Enki. Oh, Enki, my man.
Game paused.
It's like, alright, it doesn't matter. Let's just go. Okay. Alright, so, continuing onwards. So, either you have that Blink Stalker opening, and we just talked about why it doesn't quite feel as nice when you're playing with the not quick third base, right? You're going more for a beefy front. You're just kind of slowing yourself down. You're just kind of slowing yourself down because, well, you're going to be okay with your defenses anyway, even if you do go for that quick third command center. At least, a lot of the times we see Terrence still being okay. And I'm trying to read this chat as well. Okay. It's going to be a lot of text messages. Alright, so yeah, a lot of the times we do still see Terrence being okay with a Blink Stalker aggression, right? Even if they do go for that quick third command center, there's ways around it with good unit placements, maybe a bunker here and all there. The siege tanks being in a good position with some proper SimCity, you should be able to defend against it. Maybe if it goes super all in with the Blink Stalkers, that's when you can get yourself into trouble, and then you're going to count your lucky stars if you did go for a more unit intensive kind of attack right there, or composition. Oh my god. Enki! I feel bad for Enki.
Game paused.
So. Go? Is he saying I'm leaving, or is he saying I'm good? Mention it. So, that leaves us with the other opening that is also very popular in TVP, which would be the Stargate, right? All right, let me help him out actually. Yeah, apparently Enki is not having a good one. So I'm gonna try getting him the thing overall. All right. Sorry guys, sorry for the delay. Important stuff that these players, of course, do not have an environment where lag spikes happen every 20 to 30 seconds. But here we go. Here we go. I gave Enki my observing, so now we got the Latin Americans also looking at my observing technique. Hopefully that is going to be okay. I hope he also figures out that this is happening. Actually gonna write him a quick message. Alright, there we go. So where was I? Right, okay. Oh, jeez. This story keeps getting interrupted. Stargate opening, right? Again, if you go with the Phoenixes and stuff like this, if you... That may be a moment where you can make a move like that, but if you don't make a move like that and you still go for a quicker third command center, it's not like you're in a bad place, right? You're still in a pretty darn good place. You still will be able to macro up efficiently, and you can just make a missile turret or two, have some attempted push hero there still off of the 3 base as well. With the Phoenix in the sky, that is still going to cost the Protoss quite a bit of extra army supply on the ground. Some extra beefy force that is not going to be there helping out. Slight bit of harassment here. More Prism coming into the main base there as well. Ooh, that's a nasty catch. That is a disturbingly clean catch there, actually. Anticipating that. The Marine standing on top of the Widow Mine and then being able to kind of just keep that little smudge on the ground hidden. Innovation moving out on the map. It's coming in from 2 angles here, it looks like. It would appear. Bit of scouting going on by Creator, trying to figure out what is going on. It's going to see this attack on the right side also. So, should be able to kind of see that. He has to split up his units here. It does so in an alright type of fashion. Let's put up some camera hotkeys here. So, the army on the left side, that is going to deny the base on the right. Ooh, disruptor shots there, getting cleaned up as well. Continuously, just not getting any type of hits off right there at the moment. On the left side, let's see this army right here. They did cancel that base, of course. But seeing whether or not the disruptors hit is the priority right now. Nice pickup with the army units. Let's go over there. There's nothing to really defend against that drop. Well, this gets cleaned up very nicely. So we'll have to keep an eye out on what's going to happen here. It's going to be a recall taking place. Let's see how much actually is coming in. What is Innovation going to be able to target down? Does get the Colossus right there. A good amount of Stalkers here with the Zealots as well. Helping out, though, will be able to get rid of this. With Innovation still having some units lurking about. That drop has been sitting there for a while now. The Medivacs get out, and in the end, 30 workers killed in total. Actually, let's just take a look at the units lost tab right here. Pretty darn good looking for Mr. Innovation. But, of course, there's still a big army for Mr. Creator coming in as well, looking for the counter-attack. There's a good amount of Vikings here, but no more Colossi for them to poke at. Some Marauders and Marines. Oh, anti-armor missile does manage to get hits on most of these guys. The Ghosts do get taken out as well. Disruptors, that one should be able to make the mark happen. Another one right there. Great shots from those Disruptors from the time being. Another drop there. Got F2'd back across the field, it looks like. A little bit of a panic there for Innovation, trying to get everything he can available into this fight right here. Some extra reactors and attack labs as well being added in right now. So the production for Innovation does have the economy right now to keep this all going. Looks like Enki did not need the stream right there. Alright, anyway, regardless. Okay, Creator. He got held backwards. His counterattack did not do anything. Was a little bit bogus, and now he is just sitting here with an army that's not really worth calling a Protoss army. It's more like a shindig of people coming together. Kind of like a little Protoss tea party, really. And they are going to go up against a Terran, which is, well, about 60 supply up ahead right now. A lot of that maybe is inside of those medefacts, of course, yeah. And also, of course, in the worker count. But that worker count is definitely going to translate into that army setup here for Innovation as well. Obviously, not going to be unimportant. And without Creator being able to get anything else settled here for him on the board, Yeah, have to see his chances as being rather dire for the time being. He does have some DT as well, potential. So might be able to catch something here. I mean, there's no missile turrets here just quite yet. Oh, wait, is there? Oh, there must be. Is there a Raven here? What? Oh, there it is. How did I not see it? There's that little fella right there. Staring at me in the face. All this time. All this time. What's up, Sargern? How you doing? Innovation should be able to tie it up 1-to-1. Yeah, it definitely looks like it, right? It's definitely going to have to be quite a bit of a fumble here for Innovation if he does not manage to clean this out, or an absolute god tier move from Creators. Something like catching all of the bio in a couple of force fields here and then getting some disruptor shots on top of them. Alright, there is some more EMPs. Not quite sure if Innovation feels comfortable moving in here. Well, it's still going to be going on. Ah, good splash there. Good bit of blood being created for Creators so far. His army is, like, it's not absolutely terrifying, but those disruptors are still very good at zoning away his opponents here. Couple of DTs coming in to try and get rid of any type of reinforcements, and is buying himself more time with this as well, right? Innovation wants to be across the field here, wants to try and get things rolling, and this could provide an opportunity of distraction as well, where these disruptors may be able to get a couple of hits off which they otherwise would not have, and that is definitely going to be the case. Quite a good couple of hits here. Another one there on the right, but without any zealots, without any colossi, or much of anything else in firepower except for Stalkers. Still quite a predicament for Creator here. Not completely certain he's going to be able to push in here. Planetary Fortress there, making life quite difficult, as well as Innovation still having his army spread out here. He's going to enter the right flank once more. Only 2 Colossi there available for the time being. Single DT, again casting quite a bit of a stir here. Reinforcements for Innovation should be able to clean this up very quickly though. Missile turret does get taken out, but Innovation comes in here on the right side as well. A good hit with the disruptor. Maybe enough to save the day once again here. A lot of great disruptor hits so far. Tying up the a little bit more of the overall units lost tab here. Which is impressive, considering how much more mining Innovation has been doing so far. Let's take a look. Yeah, that is quite a big bulge into the blue right there. But Creator hangs on by a thread for the time being. Not entirely certain that is going to remain that way, but again, Innovation, he seems to be struggling against these disruptors. Now has the Liberator range and has the Liberators. So that's going to make it more difficult for Creator to actually utilize those disruptors. But the Liberator's a little bit on their lonesome here. Quick unsiege will be able to reposition them. Stalkers coming closer though are going to try to target them down. And once again, Innovation's army here does get dealt with. But at least he did manage to get the kill on the Nexus this time as well, right? That's a nice little victory right there. Oh, careful. Again, another disruptor shot. Man, he's just taking so many disruptor shots. Like, it is nuts. It is absolutely mental. You can clearly see the resources here, and the minerals at least, going into favor for Creator. The gas, not so much, but I suppose that is that makes a lot of sense with how Protoss is very gas intensive. He has the 4 bases. I would like to see him take another base right here. Still needs to make that happen. Or, you know what, on the left side as well. Very, very possible way of dealing with this here as well. Going into a lot of Liberators here. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he's underestimating the Liberator count, but is making good headway, though. The Liberators are gone right now. Innovation. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Innovation! You were so far ahead. You had 1 base up against the Protoss. You had 50 supply up against the Protoss. And that's how you let it go? My dear lord, that is unfortunate. He had a lot of medevacs there in the end. Maybe he overproduced medevacs. It's rough to say. It is rough to say, but this is how I, whenever I see Innovation going up against Protoss late game, he is a Terran that just absolutely struggles. Like, he wrestles with this army composition of the Protoss, the Disruptors, so much. Such an incredible amount. Let me quickly try to message Enki here if he's still online. Let me try to find him. Tell him I'm capable of streaming this, of course, onto Discord as well if he needs it. I think he's offline right now. I think he's trying to fix it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Clem, Bjorn, Cure had a lot of problems with TUS. I don't know, man. Clem is a lot better against Disruptors. Like, so much better against Disruptors than Innovation. And Clem's macro, overall, pretty much on par with Innovation as well. So, in that matchup, I would give Clem the heads up over Protoss. The thing with Innovation, he was seen as one of the extreme killers of Protoss for a really long time. But I think that mainly was because he was always denying the Protoss the capabilities of getting towards the Disruptor army composition. And he was just always focused on gaining the upper hand against the Protoss in the earlier parts. Now, that became more and more difficult to do with Protoss, you know, playing a longer time period against the Terrans that are being that aggressive, so they learn more little sneaky ways to hold it off. They learn more ways to kind of, you know, safeguard their little probes. And we have the shield battery overcharge, of course, coming in at a certain point in time, not that long ago. And suddenly Innovation, his win ratio versus Protoss started to go on the decline a little bit. Clem lose with TUS stats, clearly won 3-1 to Clem. He did, yeah, but I mean, was that all because he didn't know how to dodge Disruptors, or is that Jonathan? Clem can lose against stats as well. It doesn't instantly just mean that a certain race is OP, because in the top 4 players we have a Protoss there as well. Alright. Shield battery just made things very difficult here for Innovation overall. It is, yeah, the overcharge in particular. Alright. Also, it should be tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a best of 9 between Showtime and Clem. I mean, I'm feeling pretty comfortable saying that Clem should be able to take that one. He did so many early tank pushes and whatnot, and those fall flat these days. They really do. They really do. You need to be comfortable in the late game PV or the TVP. Because Protoss, they do seem to be much more capable of getting themselves into that position. Alright, Stargate's opening right here. Nice little juke there with the Reaper. It happens with a lot of players though, right? Where they have a certain style, and that style works very well in a certain meta in the matchup, and then suddenly something changes in the meta there and just disables that particular playstyle, the timing attacks and such. When he's motivated, he'll be dominant again. Yeah, I mean, Innovation always a player that will eventually be coming back around, right? Will start to take the victory points again. Let's see what we're having from Innovation. He's going for a Viking first. Interesting. And again, he's not going for a quick third command center. So I'm not sure if this is him just trying to be super safe against what Creator could do against him in the earlier parts of the game. Or if this is still him again relying on the remnants of his older builds, right? Still kind of sticking to his older build orders where this army initially, right, would come across the fields here as he's getting himself a third base. Sometimes he still makes it work as well. Don't say that those pushes never work anymore. They still do sometimes. And Innovation, one of the people that still make them work from time to time, and kind of shows how good he really is with the execution of these builds and the overall micro and macro behind all of it. Very solid player, that. You can always count on taking a game quickly off of anyone. But Creator here, on the other hand, is now on a 2-point lead. He is on match points, as they call the match points. And yeah, Innovation has to win 3 games in a row now. There's that third command center. I feel... well, actually, that Stimpack is rather slow overall. He's making the 2 engineering base here as well. May take him a while before he's actually going to start to move out on the map here. He did make about 4 Hellions again with the Reaper, so once more trying to get some early aggression dealt. But the Phoenix, they are the king and queen of holding early game aggression. They are really something else out, especially the harassment, right? Maybe not a full big push with pulling the boys and marines and stuff like that. They're a bit flimsy against that type of stuff. But when it comes to harassment, Widowmine drops, Hellion run-bys, this type of kind of well, I don't want to say easier way, but the less committed way of trying to deal damage to your opponents. These Phoenixes will snuff that out, pick it up, and just put it by the trash, really. Alright. There's that third base. Stimpack, +1/+1. Combat shields all about to be finishing up here. Is Innovation once again gonna move across the field with this army composition? I like the fact that he's adding in the Vikings right now. The Vikings, pretty reasonable at zoning away those Phoenix. Also, the most common approach after the Phoenix will be the Colossi. So the Vikings, always a good call here. Not gonna get any of those. Good recall that from Creator. We'll be able to safeguard his units. Now, in this situation, when your opponent does go for the Phoenix openers, I would say you have a bit more of a chance to make this type of build work, right? The 2-base timing attack while you're trying to secure your third. Now, Innovation, his build order did not seem to really have much on the ground as that third base was floating over, but I still can see a push right now work, right? I mean, he has a solid army supply. The army supply for Creator, a little bit inflated as well, because most of it right now is inside of those Phoenix as well. And if those Phoenixes try to pick a fight against the army of Innovation at this moment, they are going to melt. They are not going to be able to do much of anything. They're going to be able to tank some damage from the Vikings against the... well, in the sky battle, of course. So that is Colossi stay alive for a little bit longer. But you can clearly see there's just not much scary stuff here that Innovation's army would not be able to deal with. Yet Innovation is just not really gonna take this this risk, or maybe opportunity perhaps, to be coming across the map right now. Is Enki back? I can still see he's offline in Discord. I'm not 100% certain what's going on there. Maybe he was having some small internet hiccups that turned into a big, just overall internet hiccup. Who knows? I love the vision here for Creator as well. Look at this, guys. He has zealots scouting everywhere. He has these pylons out and about on the map. A bit surprised he doesn't have something over here as well, because that would be, you know, one of the main places you would want to have one. Also on the top side, right? These are the places where you very much gonna benefit of having a pylon right there. Bit deeper into the middle. You know, gonna try to move a couple of units in here as unaware of the zealots and the army movement of Creator. Really does look like. Look at the overall vision for Innovation, and then take a look at the overall vision for Creator here. It's a night and day difference, really. Even as an observer here, small outskirts of units. No longer is the army of Creator all that flimsy. Very intimidating, in fact. Innovation just playing super defensively for the time being. Okay, we are gonna have a fight here. Let's see how well the defensive ways of Innovation are going to be working out for him here. Everything's on the line after all. There we go, the Vikings managing to get good connections onto those Colossi. Gotta be careful though with the Archons right there. They do a lot of damage against your bulked up Vikings. Okay, does get rid of all 3 Colossi. Only Archons remain to really deal the damage at this moment. Even if he just gets a cancel on this base, which he does, already quite a big deal, as Creator is already setting up a 5th base now before the 4th base is even in production for Innovation. It definitely does not look good for Innovation. I mean, he kind of swung between 2 extreme ends of the pendulum, right? This is the one where he still goes across with the 2 base, gets kind of slapped down immediately, and then there's this side right here where you're just not being aggressive at all. You're not making those pushes work. You're not trying to get some trades going across the map, and he is just, yeah, he's just trying his best to not lose anything, but at the same time, this is allowing Creator to walk away with the map entirely on the other side, where he's taking more and more bases, and he's got all the map vision in the world. It's very difficult to really see Innovation take this back into his hands, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe he will be able to make something work, right? Who knows? It could happen. It could happen. It's just as likely that Innovation makes a comeback in this game as it was Creator making a comeback in the previous game. Has a pretty good army, right? 133 army supply strong right now. A lot of it is dealing with the counter-aggression right here. Ah, there's the there's the Espanol. Quite a couple of the Latin American people. I'm sorry Enki couldn't quite manage to get the stream going, guys. I'm not sure what happened there, but we got ourselves a bit of a scuffle here on the right side as well. Again, Innovation taking some shots from those disruptors. And once again, not going to be able to really push in here. His SCV count getting mangled. I think we may be having a 3-0 here momentarily coming in. Although we still are 99 army supply strong for Innovation. His worker counts are... It's not going to allow him to take one more bad fight. That will definitely be the end of him. We'll have to avoid and manage to dodge these disruptor shots. My dear lord, he's not so good at that, is he? Oh my god. Oh, Innovation. Oh dear.